Now, validations are really important when we want to have a secure and high quality application. And now we're going to add some more validations. So, for example, let's create a new course. The teacher will be, let's say, admin, any classroom, let it be massage, doesn't matter. And I create an enrollment. So I'm creating enrollments for student and admin. And hey, how can it be so? Like, I'm the teacher in this course, this user is the teacher, and he is enrolled in the course at the same time. That's kind of not right. How can the teacher be enrolled as a student in the course? So we're going to make this impossible. We're going to add a validation to our enrollments model to see to it that the teacher of the course cannot be enrolled in the course. So let us go to our enrollment model. We'll go to app, models, enrollment.rb, and we're going to write a validation. Now it's going to be a custom validation. So we will say something like this. Validate can not be enrolled in own course. And we're going to write this validation. So dev cannot be enrolled in own course. And we will say, so if when we create the user, the enrollment user ID is present, well, it has to be present in any case. If user ID dot present, and we'll have an end statement in the end. And if the user ID in the enrollment equals the user ID in the course to which the enrollment belongs. So we will say if user ID of the enrollment equals the course.user ID. We can also say self.course user ID. So if the user ID of the enrollment equals the user ID of the course to which the enrollment belongs. Then we are going to give an error. We will say errors.add, and we will add the error to our user ID column. So when we are editing our enrollments, the error will be on this particular field to user ID, and we will say can not be enrolled in own course. Yeah, it can be just this text. So let's try to create a new enrollment with this admin, update. Why is it thinking so long? Okay, and we get the error. User has already been taken and user cannot be enrolled in own course. So the validation works. Now let's remove all the enrollments and try to create them from the beginning and see if the validation will work. I'm going to the course, going to edit the course. I'm going to add a few enrollments. So I will enroll this one. I will enroll that one. Will it work? Yes. User cannot be enrolled in own course. So looks good. I'm going to create the enrollment with the only available user, and it works. Now I'm going to create a lesson. So I'm trying to create a lesson. Let's say I am the teacher. This is the student. Okay, and I will also put myself as a student. And it works. So you see, I've created a lesson where I'm both the teacher and the student. And it's also not correct. So we are going to add a validation for our attendances. Basically, the owner of the course, so the main teacher, cannot have an attendance in the course, and the teacher of a particular lesson, even if there's another teacher in this particular lesson, cannot have an attendance in this lesson. Let's add this validation. We will go to our attendance.rb, and here we are going to add a validation. Let's just copy that other validation. It's going to be slightly similar. We will go to attendance.rb, and we will say cannot be, cannot attend own course or lesson. Okay. Okay, so if user ID is present and if user ID equals, now attendance belongs to lesson, so lesson dot user ID, then errors add, and we're going to add this error. Now, what does this do? It says that the one who is conducting the lesson cannot have an attendance in this lesson. Let's try it. I will try to create an attendance with a student and with admin. Create. And user cannot attend his own course or lesson. Works. And what if this student at example.com is the teacher? Let's try again. Okay, now we get the error on the other. But hey, there is a main teacher of this course. And why would the main teacher have a paid attendance in a lesson in the course? It's also not correct. So we're going to add one more validation here. We'll say that the user ID cannot equal to lesson.course.user ID. So if student at example.com is teaching this particular lesson and the whole course belongs to admin at example.com, then neither of them will be able to have an attendance because both of them are basically teachers in this course. And the validation works. So we have added two custom validator methods for our enrollments and for our attendances to make the application work more correctly. Now I will go back, and in the future we'll not be able to have the same student or the same user both as a teacher and a student in the same lesson. And it's going to make our application generally work more correctly. Validations are always really important. Remember that.